everyone, it's Anne. So today I want to share a shift I recently had around what does it mean to be an expert on something and to think of yourself as an expert, to present in a way that feels like being an expert. This is a word I've really struggled with because I think in my head somewhere I've had it really conflated, I think is the word, with being a know-it-all. So an expert is somebody who somehow like stands up above everybody and says, well, I know how it is. I know how it should be. I know what you need to do. Like, look to me, I have all the answers. Like that, to me, that was expert. And that's like awful. Like, who wants to be that person, you know? I don't like it when I'm that person. I don't like being around it when other people are that person. It makes me feel terrible. So if that's what being an expert is, like, who would want to be that? But then I had this shift. So I just got done with this 29 Days of Humble Giving program, which was so much fun and had me, I was showing up really as the expert every day. I had a little video that I shared, different perspectives on giving and receiving and kind of the intersection of giving, receiving, and joy and fulfillment, and taking all sorts of different examples from life and sort of using that lens to try to dig into them and understand them more deeply. And I had so much to say, you know. The other piece of the program was every week we would do these live virtual Zoom conversations. So people would show up and I didn't have any idea what anybody was going to say. It was like, you just bring me your situation, bring me your observation, and let's engage around that. And I realized, like, toward the end of the program that I felt so comfortable being on those calls, having no idea what anybody was going to say, but feeling confident, like there's nothing, two things, pretty confident that whatever anybody said, there was some value I could offer, some perspective I could offer, some way I could engage with it that could be interesting or useful. But also, like, feeling like if I couldn't answer something, like, that wasn't a threat to me. Like, I wouldn't have to be embarrassed by not being able to respond or having to say, I don't know, or like having to say, no, I guess I was wrong about that, or let's rethink. Like, there was this, like, humility around it, where, like, quite the opposite of know-it-all. It was like, I know a lot, but boy, there's so much I don't know, but let's learn together. Like, let's explore it. So it's like this thing of being an expert as just being not afraid to dig into a subject, and to, gosh, what else do I want to say about it? Like, just to be able to show up and not to be threatened by not knowing, not to be threatened by what other people know or don't know or believe or don't believe, but still being able and willing to show up and engage around something. That it was just like a whole different way. I'm like, well, if that's what expert is, I'm happy to own that. And what a cool thing to become more and more of an expert, more and more not threatened by the things that I don't know, and more willing to engage and learn, just to enrich not only like my own know-it-all expert, but like just enrich the knowledge and the depth of all the conversations that I have. Like, that's really cool. It reminded me, I think I either did a blog post on this years ago or like started one and didn't finish it. I'm not sure, but I'm reminded of going roller skating. So it would have been years and years ago with my kids, and my daughter going around. So she's going around the circle, and every once she comes back, like every time she's like, do you see how great I am? Do you see how amazing I am? Do you see how much better I am than my brother? Like, look at how great, like, puff, puff, puff. And, you know, and she's fine, and it's exciting, you know, for her to be learning and to feel like, and feeling like I can do so much more than I used to be able to do. But like the complete and utter lack of humility, and also just lack of sort of objective awareness. And comparing that to, I always love going to skating rinks, roller skating, ice skating, because the people who are like really, really good at it, I could watch them all day. They like just sort of float in and out, and it's easy, and it's so joyful to watch them. And so I'm comparing my daughter being like, I'm an expert, I'm wonderful, I'm so great at this, to watching like one of these guys going around the ring and just being so confident and so he didn't have to prove anything to anybody. He didn't have to be the best one in the room. He wasn't trying to show. He was just being the expert. He was just being that presence in the room, and it was just so freeing and fun and joyful to watch that. I think even, the seeds for this whole, like, what does it mean to be an expert, maybe were planted way back then, just recognizing how, but when you really, really know something, you no longer have to prove that you know it. you just live, and it comes through you in whatever way that it comes through you. So, all right, I guess that's it. I guess those are my thoughts, and just wanted to sort of share that perspective and the freeing idea that expert doesn't have to be know-it-all, and it doesn't have to mean anything about, other people being stupid or less than, and in fact, complete the opposite. I almost feel like the more expertise I gain, the more expertise I gain also in being able to see and appreciate what other people bring to the conversation that I don't have in me. So man, that's fun. So much more fun than the old know-it-all game. So I guess I just wanted to share that joy, and if it's helpful or interesting in some way, great. That's fantastic. Have a wonderful day.